Okay, I'm going live. You're live. Wow. I'm live. So that's good. It's good to know because I hate to think I was other than live. Ugh, my wall looks so horrible. Um, I'm going to talk for like about 10 minutes. I should actually set a timer. I'm going to set my little timer here for like 10 minutes. And if nobody talks to me, that's it. I don't really have a lot to say. Where's my timer? I'm going to set this thing for 10 minutes and I'm going to talk. Um, I don't know if I'm going to respond to a lot of things people say, if people respond to me at all. But, today I was looking at my email from work, and, you know, and somebody at work died. I don't personally know that person because we have a pretty big department, but he's part of our department, and he died from the COVID-19. Now, I got emails like a few days ago. I got an email that said that at first it said like four people. I think the first one said it was two people came up with the coronavirus, and then like four people, then six, and then just like I think yesterday we got one that said 16 people had it. Now that's 16 people just in our department. It's not in the whole university because a lot of people had it. Because we had 12 nurses at the hospital came down with the coronavirus. And one of the people in our department died. So that's really sad. I don't know how old he was, but they were talking about the fact he had 5 kids, and he was married. He had 5 children. So I don't know. It's bad. This is like really strange situation because I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything like it. I can't. It's hard to even imagine. A long time ago, I would hear about the 1918 pandemic, and you think about it like that's something that happened a long time ago. And when it was happening, when you first heard about this coronavirus, it's always like that thing that's happening over there on the other part of the world. It's like when the Ebola thing happened. That was over in Africa. Okay, there was a case in the U.S. and then there were a few cases here. But that's somewhere else. That's involving somebody else. It's not touching your life. Now, all of a sudden, it affects everything. I mean, even I was looking at the thing. They have a thing where you can look up how many cases, how many people have, contracted the COVID-19 or coronavirus. I just call it the coronavirus. The thing is that you can look up by zip code. So in my zip code area, there's like 73 people. I'm sure it's more than that now. I guess they update it every day. This is the state of Illinois provides this information. You can look back counties and by zip code. So in my zip code, there's 73 people who've tested positive. At work, we know of 16 people in our unit, plus the 12 nurses, and I'm sure more people have since gotten it. So it's going to get worse before it gets better. But eventually, this will go away. I'm just trying not to get it because I know I'm in a vulnerable category. I'm 60 years old. I'm diabetic. And I don't think I would, I don't think I would make it if I got sick. It would be a struggle. But at the same time, I'm not really afraid to die. I just don't want to go out in this really horrible way, struggling. I mean, your body is going to struggle trying to breathe and everything. But death itself is not what scares me. And but I don't want to do crazy things. I want to live as long as I can. I mean, I'm like anybody else. I want to live as long as I can, stay as healthy as I can, and I don't want to get other people sick. You know, I mean, I'm not really, when we say isolation, that's always a funny thing because people think isolation is like I'm all by myself. Like I'm in this room, but there are other people that I do interact with. There's a certain group of us that we kind of interact with each other, but it's only us. So we kind of are very guarded about not contacting the outside world. This sounds so weird. It sounds so much like as if it was something from a movie. It really does. It seems like something straight out of a movie, and it's really weird. So the 6 minutes have passed. I said I was only going to go 10 minutes, so I got 4 more minutes. When the 4 minutes pass, or whenever my timer goes off, I'm going to stop at this point. So, yeah, 4 minutes and 19 seconds. After that, I'm going to stop because this is the first time I've ever live streamed on this thing. Now, I've done live stream on Facebook, but I've never done it on YouTube. And the funny thing is, you can't do it on your phone. You have to have I think 1,000 subscribers or something like that. I forget exactly what the number is. I think it's 1,000. I'm short of 1,000. I think I have like 400, maybe 500 subscribers. I'm sure if they really checked it, it's probably not even that many because who knows? A lot of people probably just quit YouTube. I mean, some people may subscribe to a channel and then they don't get back on here. So, but if you're watching this, just hi, So I don't really expect a lot of people. I mean, I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I do have every so often I have people who will watch. And I think it's kind of like a really bad time because I have a lot of friends who are living in the UK and I have a few in mainland Europe. And right now, I guess I don't know what time it is there. I'd have to look it up and see what time it is in London and in Finland. Let's see. I think I have friends in Australia. I actually have some in South America too. So, but it's been kind of tough. It seems so strange. This morning I went to the store. I went to the Trader Joe's store. Not Trader Joe's, Aldi's, which actually Aldi's and Trader Joe's is owned by the same company. It's actually the same company. I didn't know that until I read some article that actually says that. Because Trader Joe's in the US, there's like an Aldi's North and an Aldi's South, so to speak. And it's the same thing. It's really the same store. Although Trader Joe's here is a little bit more fancier, kind of, than Aldi's. Aldi's like really inexpensive. I don't want to say cheap because cheap means like low quality. There are things that are inexpensive, and sometimes you get some pretty good things there. But anyway, at the Aldi's, people had to actually stand in line to get in the store. Now Trader Joe's did that. They had a situation where you'd stand in line to get into the store because they didn't want to have too many people in the store at one time, and everybody was standing 6 feet apart. So, that's the first time they did that at Aldi's. At Trader Joe's, I know they did it last week, or actually a couple of weeks ago, which actually wasn't bad because once I got in the store, it was like lots of space and room because there weren't too many people packed together. So the time is running out. I think I got about another minute before I sign off, but that's it. So yeah, a minute or so because I had my little thing. You're gonna hear a bell ring, so that's gonna be it. And I'm gonna stop here and then I don't think I'm gonna leave this thing up because it's unrehearsed, it's unprepared. I look terrible, which I do. But I don't really care that much. I mean, if people are my friends, they don't care what I look like. I'm not trying to be fancy. I'm not a movie star. I'm just Philip. But I hope everybody's staying safe and doing everything you can to stay safe as you can. And that's all you can do. I keep my hands clean. I have some sanitizer. I actually have little things. It's kind of, oops, well, that's my thing. Actually, I'm going to probably stay on a little bit longer. This is my thing to tell me to stop, but I'm going to keep going for a little bit. But I actually have these little things of hand sanitizer. And I actually have a little spray thing right here that I have. Now, here's the funny thing. A long time ago, a few years ago, I went to this diabetes fair. They had a McCormick Place, which now McCormick Place is being converted into a hospital, a temporary hospital, in case they have overflow of patients. But the thing is, I would get these things as free samples. They would always give them to you. You go, and little did I know that these things would come in handy. These little things. So now I use them. I carry them with me. This one I actually, used up all the sanitizer, but I actually have a bottle of alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, 70%. I fill this thing. I keep it filled. I only got that one bottle of alcohol because it's almost impossible. And not almost, it is impossible to find a bottle of alcohol, But I'll keep my hands clean. If I go to the store, every time I go outside, when I go to the store, I make it a point. Very important thing, and this is really important. Do not touch your face. Okay, don't. Don't touch your mouth, your eyes, your nose. I guess you could say ears, but the main thing is this, and it's so hard to do. You have to focus on not touching your face. Not doing that. Don't touch your face. But if I touch surfaces, if I touch anything at the store, I make it a point. Be careful. When I leave the store, just before just as I leave the store, I get outside. I take the top off of this thing and I spray. I always remember to turn this thing so I don't accidentally spray it in my face. And I spray a little bit of stuff on my hands. Alcohol. Kill the virus. But I'm still careful even after spraying it. When I get home, I make it a point to wash my hands. And I count to 20 seconds. Because that's the thing, it was explained to me, and I've heard this explained many a time, why you do that. Because on the outside of every virus, I guess, is like a little bit of oil or something. And you'll really want breaking that down. That's why the 20 seconds are important to wash for 20 seconds. To break down that outer coating of the virus. And then that kills it if you do that. A lot of people don't wash their hands for 20 seconds. I mean, there are people, like when I was at work before, they sort of said, okay, we're shutting this down. I just would notice people would just wash. They put a little soap on their hands. They'd wash real quick, and that's it. It probably was no more than 5 seconds. I make it a point to do it because 20 seconds, you think 20 seconds is nothing, but it does seem like a long time when you're just standing there doing this. It seems like forever, like you're just doing it. But I make it a point to do this. I was watching this little video. This little boy was showing how he did the thing. He had this little thing that said like prayer, and then the pet the dog. That's the other thing, and then the spider thing. You do that long enough, you get to 20 seconds if you do it. But you make it a point. I make it a point. I probably spend about 30 seconds washing my hands. I know that it may look weird to other people, but you do it properly because you don't want to get that stuff on you. And you don't know who can have it. I mean, even people it really is strange. It just seems like, a year ago, at the beginning of this year, if somebody told me all the things that are happening, that you're seeing and how this is actually affecting your everyday life, it would have been hard for me to believe it. But I probably would have believed it because, here's the thing. Even before this happened, there were lots of warnings that were going to be a pandemic. A pandemic. Many people were saying, many experts in this area were saying that it wasn't a matter of whether we were going to have a pandemic, but it was a matter of when. It's going to happen. Sooner or later, we're going to have this happen. And it happened. You know, this is the case. This is what's going on. So right now I'm going to stop because I went 5 minutes over my time limit that I said. I said I try to set a short limit because I don't want a whole bunch of time doing this stuff because I know people get tired. There are people like there's certain YouTubers I like, but I actually don't like when they always do live stuff all the time. I like the little short things that when they would sort of refine it more rather than do it live, live stream. Because usually the live stream goes on forever, like an hour, 2 hours. Some people live stream for 2 hours. I don't think I can do that. I think I'm doing pretty good by live streaming this thing for 16 minutes right now. So right now I'm just going to sign off and stop. I see there's 2 people watching. So the 2 people out there, hi, how are you? If you want, you can leave a comment. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you, like, what do they say? Like, subscribe, and, and share. Although I'm going to erase this thing eventually, probably tomorrow. I'll let it stay up overnight, but I'm going to just go to bed. Well, actually, I'm going to try to just probably listen to a little bit of music, maybe watch something on TV, and then I'm going to go to bed. Every time I go to bed, I always listen to Bach. It's like one of my favorite things. I love listening to Bach. For some reason, Bach and Beethoven are very relaxing, but Bach in particular is my favorite composer. So I'm going to stop right now. So I'll talk to you all tomorrow, maybe. I might make a video. I put up a video earlier today. I went out to the beach. That's it. I'm going on forever, but I went to the beach and, they basically told us not to go to the beach, but I went to the beach anyway because nobody's enforcing that. But, you stay away from other people. And I was wearing my mask. I actually have one. I have several. Actually, I have a whole box of these things. I can show you. Actually, here's the funny thing. It's funny how you get things and then later on it suddenly becomes valuable to you that you didn't even think about. But I actually have a box of these things. And I bought this like maybe 3 years ago because, I was cleaning up my house and so much dust that was making me sneeze and everything. So I bought this and it has this 20 of these. There's 25 masks in this box. I only use a couple of them when, before, but it's been sitting there forever, thinking, well, when the next time I'm going to use this? Now I'm using it. It becomes very useful to me. So, well, anyway, that's all I got to say. So I'm going to stop right here and I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.